ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಸರಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ
and Radiology, Yenepoya University. And I take immense pleasure in being your compere for the inaugural function of the 35th National Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology Conference here in the vibrant city of Mangalore. This land, ladies and gentlemen, is a true marvel. To the west, it embraces the vast Arabian Sea. To the east, it is cradled by the gentle Malnar Hills. Nestled between the Netravati and the Gurupura rivers, Mangalore is a land of temples and beaches, lush coconut palms and flourishing areca plantations. The delicious cashew and the fragrant jasmine fray into the music of the welcoming breeze. Welcome everyone to this enticing land of Karnataka. Welcome to the land of natural beauty. Welcome to the land of historic antiquity. Welcome to the land of progressive modernity. Welcome to the magnificent port city. Welcome to the 35th Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology Conference. Let us embark on this journey of learning, collaboration, and celebration in this magical city. It is a hallmark of our enduring tradition to seek the blessings of the Almighty at the start of any significant occasion. This morning, we have our talented students of Yenepoya Dental and Medical College perform an invocatory dance, inviting divine grace and presence to bless this auspicious event.
Ya teyyum tat tattam kitataka dittai ya teyyum dit tattam kitatakadam dittam itta takkadai nadararuliya itta takkadam dittam itta takkadai nadararuliya itta takkadam dittam kitatakadai tattai kitatakadam dittam kitatakadai tattai kitatakadam dittam kitatakadai tattai kitatakadam dittam kitatakadai tattai kitatakadam idam tadi kitatakadai tattai tadi 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 kitatakadam idam tatakadatai itta takkadam idam itta takkadai தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதம் திதம் தட்டி 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 கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதம் திதம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை காளும் வகை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை சூழவர தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை கிட்டத்தக்கதம் தித்தம் தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதம் திதம் 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 தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கதை தத்தை தட்டி கிட்டத்தக்கத சித்தகிட்டஜம் தத்த சித்தகிட்டஜம் தக்கத்தஜம் தடி தத்திகிட்டதும் தக்கத்த திங்கிட்டதும் தக்க திக்குட்ட திங்கிட்டதும் தானி வலைதன் த்ருக்குட்டக்க 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 தல்லம் துதும் தக்கத்தம் தத்தை பெருமாளே தத்தம் கிட்டத்தக்கதம் பெருமாளே பெருமாளே பெருமாள்.
Thank you,
dear students, for such a graceful and captivating inauguration dance. Your performance has beautifully set the tone and spirit for the day, filling the atmosphere with positivity and reverence. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to welcome our esteemed dignitaries onto the dais. May I kindly request Dr. Amara to escort Dr. Avinash Tejasvi, Head Office Treasurer of the Academy, onto the dais. Next, may I now invite Dr. Anu to lead Dr. Shiv Prasad, the General Secretary of the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology, to the dais. I now request Dr. Dept to escort our President-elect, Dr. Sri Krishna, to the dais and invite him to take his seat.
I now invite Dr. Pratima Shetty, Joint Treasurer of the conference, to accompany Dr. Lakshmikant Chatra, Principal of Yenepoya Dental College, to the dais. Next, I request the Chairman of the Scientific Committee, Dr. Veena Jagdish, to lead Dr. Neeta Mishra, President of the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology, to the dais, and I invite her to take her seat. May I now call upon Dr. Raghavendra Kini, Conference Co-Chairman, to escort our guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy, to the dais. May I now request the Organizing Secretary of the conference, Dr. Rachna Prabhu, to accompany our guest of honor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Vijay Kumar, to the dais. I invite him to take his seat. Finally, I request the chairman of the conference, Dr. Prashant Shenoy, to escort our chief guest, the Honorable Chancellor of Yenepoya University, Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kunni, to the dais, and I invite him to take his seat. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fascinating gather of the most stalwart personalities in the field of oral medicine and radiology and medical education, all gathered here for the spectacular occasion at this beautiful venue of the inaugural ceremony of the 35th National Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology Conference. To commence the formal inaugural ceremony, may I now request the Honorary General Secretary of the Academy, Dr. Shiv Prasad, to call her the President of the Academy, Dr. Neeta Mishra, and honor her with this symbol of esteemed responsibility and leadership. Thank you, sir. To formally welcome our esteemed dignitaries and audience, it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Prashant Shenoy, the conference chairman and head of Department of Oral Medicine and Radiology. Dr. Shenoy's illustrious journey includes serving as the president of the Indian Dental Association Dakshina Kannada branch and Mangalore Junior Chamber. He is the trustee of the Mangalore JC Charitable Trust since 2000 till date. He has dedicated his service in various capacities within the Academy, including Secretary, Vice President, and now as the President-elect. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Prashant Shenoy has been instrumental in bringing this prestigious conference to Mangalore for the second time, a decade after its first successful hosting. His exceptional leadership, vision, tireless commitment to dental care, education, the academy, and this conference as a whole are truly commendable. With great honor, may I now request Professor Shenoy to formally welcome the gathering. Sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Tashika. Good morning, everyone. Our esteemed dignitaries, respected colleagues, honored guests, and dear delegates. It's a profound privilege welcome to each of you to this 31st National Conference of Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology here in Mangalore. Now, the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology has a proud legacy founded with a mission to advance excellence in oral medicine and radiology. We have around 3,000 members across the country, and IAOMR continues to inspire both budding and experienced professionals to reach new heights in oral health care. Our organizing committee has worked diligently to bring this conference to life, ensuring that it provides an enriching experience for everyone present here. Now it is my proud privilege to extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Y. Abdullah Kunni, who has graced us with his presence and generously facilitated and encouraged us to use the university campus. Sir, your support and encouragement are invaluable to us, and we are truly grateful to you, sir. We are equally honored to welcome Dr. Pratima Murthy, the esteemed director of NIMANS, who has traveled all the way from Bangalore in spite of her busy schedule with us. Madam, your dedication to mental health and interdisciplinary collaboration is inspiring, and we are especially privileged to have you have agreed to deliver Dr. B.K. Venkatraman Oration lecture. Now, many of you know or not, Dr. B.K. Venkatraman, all of us consider as father of oral medicine in India. In that sense, Madam becomes a daughter-in-law of our fraternity. So, she is a daughter-in-law of Dr. B.K. Venkatraman. Again, I extend a warm welcome to you, Madam. A heartfelt welcome, as well as to who is a very supporter, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sir, who has been a constant source of inspiration to all of us since the inception or very seeding of this conference thought. Sir, your guidance and enthusiasm have been crucial in bringing our vision to completion, and we are deeply appreciative about it. We extend our warm welcome to Dr. Sripati Rao, who has served as the principal of our college in 2014 when we first conducted this conference, and now leads us as the Pro Vice Chancellor. Sir, your guidance and motivation have been a source of strength and inspiration to all of us, sir. A warm welcome to Dr. Somiyaji, the esteemed Registrar of Yenepoya University. Your invaluable assistance in organizing this event and facilitating the logistical support from the university has been crucial to our successful organizing this conference. Sir, a warm welcome to you, sir. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our IAOMR President, Dr. Neeta Mishra, whose leadership has been an inspiration. Our Honorary General Secretary, Dr. Shiv Prasad, whose dedication and full cooperation from head office has been the instrumental in organizing this event. And to President-elect Sri Krishna, who will be leading the IAOMR in the year 2025. And a warm welcome to our Treasurer, Dr. Avinash Tejoshi, who is supposed to be the proud Shishya of our department. So he is an alumnus. A special welcome to the principal of our college, Dr. Lakshmikant Chhatra, who is also a valued IAOMR member. Sir, your support and dedication to our association's objectives has strengthened our community, and we are honored to have you with us today. I also would like to acknowledge and warmly welcome the esteemed faculty of our pre-conference courses, Dr. Devdas Acharya, Dr. Asim, Dr. Lipika Sahu, Dr. Anita Prabhu, Dr. Divya Lakshman, and definitely, though she is not here, I would like to place on record the appreciation to Dr. Manjula Ullal. The warm welcome to our members of the Executive Committee of IAOMR, who have been very supportive in conducting this conference and motivating the delegates of the delegates. A special welcome to Dr. Dilip Naik, Pro Vice Chancellor of MAHE, Dr. Bharat Modi sir, our own person who will be honored today for your services, Dr. Ganesh Shane sir, who was our own extreme dear friend and colleague, Dr. Bobby Matthews sir, thank you very much for your presence. I know that you have been here and you have been very supportive to us in all our endeavors in Mangalore. Thank you, sir. And again, I would like to welcome all the dignitaries, the HODs of Yenepoya Dental College, as well as HODs and guests of the neighboring college. A special welcome to Dr. Kutty, sir, for being here. Sorry, sir. And we have a very special guest, Dr. Sanjay Malya. I know with the short span, he was just here 3 months back, and again he is here with our invitation. Thank you, sir. And again, I would like to welcome all senior dignitaries as well as all the delegates who are here. Definitely, you will enjoy the day. I promise you this. Thank you.
The passion displayed in Dr. Shenoy's welcome address perfectly reflects the spirit of this conference. Thank you, sir. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Brityoma Amritangamaya. A ray of light is a ray of hope. Let us leave behind the darkness and step towards a brighter path of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. To mark the auspicious beginning of this event, we now proceed with the traditional lamp lighting ceremony, a tribute to the Mother of Knowledge and Wisdom. To officially inaugurate the conference, may I request and invite all the dignitaries to accompany the President, Dr. Neeta Mishra, to light the lamp and symbolically open this grand occasion. Mother of wisdom, we humbly seek your blessings. Grant us the wisdom to make this world a better place. May harmony prevail among all beings. May the truth triumph. May the darkness of ignorance be swept away by the light of self-realization. The lamp of learning shines brightly before us, reminding us that learning is an act of sharing, a coming together of hearts and minds. It is a beacon of hope, lighting the path towards progress and unity. Thank you to all the dignitaries for doing the honors. Dr. Neeta Mishra is the first female president of the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology. Her election to this role marks a significant milestone. As a first woman to hold this prestigious position, she has not only contributed significantly to the Academy, but also rendered her social service on various platforms. She is being a role model to inspiring women professionals to take on leadership roles. Ladies and gentlemen, with great pleasure, I invite Dr. Neeta Mishra. Ma'am, please deliver the presidential address.
Good morning, Mangalore. पीजीज आवाज नहीं आई, ब्रेकफास्ट कराया है ना? So good morning, dear students, faculty and distinguished guests. It is a very proud moment for me. A warm welcome to all of you for 35th National Conference in the beautiful city of Bangalore. A beautiful word is smaller for Bangalore's like beauty. And after coming here, so many times I have come here, but I think it is enhancing. So we have a Swarg in Kashmir, and in South India we have a Swarg in Bangalore. So first and foremost, I bow my head in gratitude to Lord who has given me this opportunity to speak to you all. My teachers, my parents, who have guided me, who have given their full support as you all are getting from your parents and your teachers. So teachers have made me the person which I am today. It is my proud privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kuni sir, who is Chancellor of this university, which is Temple of Knowledge. And today's guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director of NIMHANS. She's a graceful lady. We had a small chat, but I could know that she is person and her persona is high. I also extend a warm welcome to Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, Vice Chancellor of Yenepoya University, Principal Dr. Chaitra sir, Medical College Principal sir. Dental College is definitely in such a beautiful place that it is students who are sitting here and students who are studying here, they are very fortunate to study in such a beautiful college. And definitely they are going to be very, very brilliant students and very skilled dentists. A special thanks to the management of this prestigious institute for their concerns and their assistance in making this event such a graceful. I am also deeply thankful to Dr. Prashant Sinoy sir, our organizing chairman, whose skill of event management is unparalleled. We have seen 2014 and a decade. I think every 10 years he is going to conduct and call us. Dr. Rachna Prabhu, organizing secretary, who is also standing as a pillar with Dr. Shinoy to organize these things. Good morning to Dr. Shiva Prasad, our Honorary General Secretary, who is tirelessly working with us, Dr. Avinash, our Treasurer, and the entire organizing team. A warm welcome to my dear EC members, faculty, Dr. Bharat Modi sir, Dr. Babu Matthew sir, and all the senior members who are sitting here, all the junior members who are sitting here. All of you came so far to attend this. That is also a great thing. The conference is a celebration of academic excellence. Every time we meet in conference, just not to attend, we meet a family. This is our IAOMR family. And it is excellent. We try to innovate things, we collaborate. So these collaboration and innovations is also a skill we have to enhance. And day by day, I feel we are enhancing only. So it is not only that we are just come here to see the place, we are interacting, personal growth is there. And it serves a unique platform for undergraduate students, graduate students across the nation to showcase their research ideas, their innovations, maybe small cases, but we learn how to present. That is also important. It is not the very big cases we need, that very different case we need. We should know the skill how to present. So this comes from the conference. And diverse fields are there, diverse thinking is there, that is collaborated here, and we make a big conference. These events hold a very special place in my heart. I still remember attending my very first conference as an oral medicine person, as a postgraduate student in oral medicine right here in Bangalore. Back then, I was very shy, nervous, and yet very excited to present. I never knew what is presentation. That was my first scientific paper to present it in any conference. And it was by sheer fate or my luck that I was the first person to present in the first session. And without any prior example to set, I'm thankful to my guide and my teacher, Srinivasan sir is sitting here. I gave my best and I experienced that this is the presentation, and I know that shy little girl is here again as a president. So it is for everyone, things are open, you can touch the sky. Looking back from journey from postgraduate student to faculty member, now practitioner and entrepreneur, has taught me to appreciate not just the destination, but the beauty of journey too. So that journey is important. मंजिल की चिंता छोड़ो, मंजिल की चिंता छोड़ो, रास्ते का सफर आजमाओ, रास्ते का सफर आजमाओ, मंजिल तो सभी को मिलनी है, सबको पहुंचना है, रास्ते में आपने क्या एंजॉय किया, that is important. This year has been transformational for me, both personally and professionally. Taking over the presidency from Satish sir has been an honor. His tireless contribution to IAOMR, his streamlining the things, financial processes, GST compliance, everything he has done nicely. And previous office bearers have also done such a work that it was cakewalk for me. And this field was very much settled, so I worked accordingly. I extend my gratitude to Dr. Krishna. He is a big supporter. He is Krishna for me. Dr. Shiva Prasad, he is very hardworking and always ready to work. Dr. Avinash, a brilliant star of IAOMR, for their constant support and meticulous management of operations. I also thank entire EC team, including Dr. Pagare sir, Dr. Sridevi, Dr. Aditya, Dr. Abhishek, Dr. Prashanti, Dr. Sonali Khanna, Dr. Manisha Khurate, who is working tirelessly for JIOMR, and timely she is taking out all the journals as well as the IAOMR Times. My heartfelt gratitude goes to Constitution Committee led by Dr. C.V. Mohan sir, along with Dr. Shashikant sir, Dr. Sailesh Lele, Dr. Vishal Dang, and Dr. Satish Reddy sir for their dedication in finalizing the report with utmost clarity and precision. This year, we witnessed remarkable events. The Triplo Symposium organized by Dr. Dept and Dr. Mahapatra, UG conference in Rohtak by Dr. Ambika and Dr. Harneet. It was a difficult situation as farmer protest was going on, but then also registration were high and people were there. The UG conference headed by Dr. Vishali, Dr. Anjana, and the national essay competition which was held for the first time, and many of the students' quiz program was organized. That also was very good. We held that this time National Community Service on 24th April. Whole of the country, whole of the IAOMR members organized community services in old age home. A unique webinar series was dedicated to women's health, which was curated by Dr. Sridevi, Dr. Prashanti, Dr. Payal Tripathi. And all the speakers of the were very grateful. They were ever ready to give me support. Dr. Sumant, Dr. Shalu Rai, Dr. Saurabh Srivastav, and Dr. Anupma, a gynecologist, also was pulled in. PG Convention of Lucknow was exceptional, blend of knowledge and celebration. Thank you, Dr. Abhishek, for his special arrangement for SGBM, which was organized and was a marathon task to handle. And numerous successful programs by RV Dental College, BS Dental College, Government Dental College, Kozhikode, and Dr. Deepa was very much enthusiastic and she did the job good. We also entered in a historic MOU with Sports Dentistry of India, which allowed us to train doctors in sport dentistry. We have hosted 2 significant lectures with Sport Dentistry of India. One was taken up by Dr. Sonali Khanna, other one was taken by Tapasya Karemore. This conference is unique with registration pouring from all over the country, from north, south, east, west. Over the next few days, you all will witness the experience, insightful presentations, thought-provoking discussions. Pre-conferences are very much curated by Prashant Shinoy sir, who has taken care that all the fields are covered. This is the opportunity to build connections, to meet peers and experts who share their passion in academic excellence. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to organizing committee, dedicated volunteers who are day and night working hard, generous sponsors, and all the participants for their efforts in making the conference possible. Your contribution are what make this truly special event. Let me leave you with thought. Don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up, make them. सपने सिर्फ देखो नहीं पूरे करो. सपने सिर्फ देखो नहीं पूरे करो. सपनों को सपना रहना तकलीफ देता है. So just sitting and seeing the dreams gives pain. So try to make that dream happen. Enjoy the conference, create lasting connections, treasure the memories you will make here. Let's grow personally, professionally, and emotionally too, as we embark on this enriching journey together. So, my dear friends, enjoy the conference, celebrate the conference, and enrich yourself. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, in the history of human civilization, every once in a while, there comes in a genius who achieves excellence, wins institutions, works for a better world, and makes a difference to the people around here. One such great man is amidst us today. A born leader of the people, Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kunyi has all through his illustrious career been a visionary. Sir has received many awards and recognitions, including the prestigious Karnataka Rajyotsava Award in the year 1992 for his yeoman service rendered in the field of industry, education, and social service. Sir was conferred with the honorary doctorate in education by the Gulbarga University in the year 2023. All these awards, ladies and gentlemen, recognize the immense contributions of Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kunyi to the field of education and health. Sir has made a difference to the students and people across the nation via various educational institutions, specialized healthcare, timber and allied products, transport and hospitality, real estate, power, food and retail. He has also contributed to sports, social welfare schemes, and has supported charity. He has built them up. He has built them up from grassroots to center of excellence, thus making the university and the Yenepoya group more socially conscious and responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored and blessed to have Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kuni amidst us this morning. I now invite Sir to address this distinguished gathering.
A very good morning to you all, esteemed dignitaries, students, guests, teaching and non-teaching staff, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Yenepoya Dental College and myself as Chancellor of Yenepoya deemed to be University, I have the distinct honor to inaugurating this prestigious event here on our campus today. It's indeed a proud privilege for Yenepoya Dental College to host the three-day event, which reflects the academic's commitment to advancing the better understanding and treatment of oral diseases. On this occasion, I congratulate the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology on organizing the 35th National Conference. I also like to express my gratitude to them for this opportunity. My heartfelt congratulations to esteemed President IAOMR Neeta Misra and Dr. Veena KM, Scientific Chairperson, and also all other members for the same. Our guest of honor, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Yenepoya deemed to be University, is in himself a perfect reflection of this commitment. We are thankful to him for this consistent effort in this direction and beyond. We are especially grateful to our guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director NIMANS, as well as a well-recognized leader in addiction psychiatry. Dr. Pratima brings over 3 decades extensive experience and exceptional achievement in her field. We are immensely grateful for her presence here with us in spite of her busy schedule. Yenepoya Dental College is currently ranked 9th as per the Outlook Eye Care ranking 2024 top 20 private dental colleges. With over 30 years of quality-oriented experience committed to enabling students to achieve and maintain excellence in practice and patient care. This 3-day conference will undoubtedly enrich by the presence of distinguished international delegates and speakers. It will be unique to be platform will share the experience and educate all participants. It will also serve as the launch pad for our much anticipated Medi-Expo. The Medi-Expo will showcase state-of-the-art technology and equipment to bear witness to the groundbreaking advancement in the field of education. I encourage all concerned faculty and students to actively take part in large number and make excellent use of this unique opportunity. YDC, the flagship institution in our journey towards fulfilling the visions of our founder, Yenepoya has grown remarkably in a relatively short span of time. As brand ambassador, our global alumni have done us proud with their achievements and have remained in constant touch with their alma mater despite all their own success and accomplishment. Our entire faculty has worked very hard and tirelessly in this direction. The opportunity to host this national conference is yet another feather in the cap. My best wishes to one and all. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Sir, thank you so much for gracing this occasion with your mere presence has added extra blessing to the entire event. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request the organizing chairman to present the memento to our chief guest, Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kunni, as a token of our gratitude. We are truly honored to have you here, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chancellor Dr. Y. Abdullah Kunni, sir. And I think he has some prior commitment, I was informed. So he has to leave. And I thank you, sir, for your esteemed presence here.
The Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology was established in 1985, and today we are proud to have over 3,000 annual and life members who are a part of this esteemed organization. The Journal of Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology, which began in 1990, continues to be the official mouthpiece of the Academy, serving a platform for disseminating knowledge and research in the field of oral medicine, radiology, and imaging services. In accordance with conference protocol, may I now invite Dr. Shiva Prasad, the Honorary General Secretary of the Academy, to deliver the annual report. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, one and all. Before I begin my Secretary's report, 80% has been mentioned by President Madam Neeta Mishra, so I'll just brief it off. Before I begin, I request each and every one of you in the auditorium to please arise for a minute's silence to our beloved friend Gaurav Sharma, who passed away recently. For a minute's silence on his behalf. He was a professor and head in the department of Coorg Institute of Dental Sciences College in the Department of Oral Medicine and Radiology. Thank you. Thank you. To begin my Secretary's report, I'll keep the printed sheet on the side, but I'll just highlight what is to be done and what has been done in simple words. Respected Chancellor of Yenepoya University, Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kuni. Guest of honors, Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director, Nimanj. Dr. M. Vijay Kumar Sir, Vice Chancellor, Yenepoya University. President Dr. Neeta Mishra, senior faculty members of IAOMR, faculty members of IAOMR, colleagues and dear students. In this year we have done four UG conventions, one OOO symposium, one national PG convention and this particular conference, and approximately 16 CDE programs across India. I'm not going to highlight that. What I'm trying to achieve as a secretary in the report is, we're planning to introduce a database for all the CBCTs across India under the aegis of IAOMR. That should be over within the next 3 months. So we have started working on that to create the entire database of all the CBCT centers across India. This is my first thing. Second thing is, we have streamlined a small bit of portion in the Constitution amendment so that the election process is streamlined. Earlier we were supposed to open the nominations one day before the AGM. That we are not going to do it. We are going to publish the list of approved candidates 1 week in advance so that people will know who are the candidates. That is one streamlined aspect of the Constitution, which is recommended by the Constitution Amendment Committee, passed in the SBGM, and of course we are putting it tomorrow to be ratified in the general body. I request everyone to please look into it. I'll be posting it in the WhatsApp soon. Thirdly, a few of our members are working on the group insurance for the entire life members of IAOMR. Probably this should help everyone, every life member, to the tune of 50 lakhs. We are working on that in case if there is a unintervened incident that happens to a life member. We are working on these 3 things. Dr. Sri Krishna will be taking over as the president next. Of course, with his guidance, we'll be moving forward with this. And finally, we would like to thank the organizers of all the CDE programs, OOO Symposium, PG Convention, and of course this National Conference of IAOMR. A big thank you for all the organizers having done a wonderful job for the year 2024. Thank you one and all. That ends my Secretary's report in brief because Madam has already briefed it. Now we have the felicitation of the Executive Committee members. The Executive Committee members, I request each one of you to please hurry up to the stage as I call out the names. I request Adit Srivatsa to please come on stage, please. I request the guest of honor, Dr. Pratima ma'am, to please present the certificate and memento to all the Executive Committee members of 2024. First one to receive this is Dr. Neeta Mishra, President IAOMR. I request Madam to please present this. Now I request Dr. Avinash Tejasvi to please receive the memento and the certificate. Now I request Dr. Sri Krishna to please come on to receive the certificate and memento. I request Dr. Satisha Reddy to please come on stage. I think he is not there. We'll keep it aside. I request the first Vice President, Dr. Sandeep Pagare sir, to please come onto the dais. I request Dr. Abhishek Sinha. Hello, sir. This is First Vice President Dr. Pagare sir. This is Dr. Abhishek Sinha, Dr. Saravana Bharati. Since he's not there. Next is Dr. Sonali Khanna. She is also not there. Dr. Sri Devi. Dr. Prashanti Reddy has taken excuse of this. Dr. Adit Srivatsav. Dr. Ramamurthy TK, Registrar Office Secretary. Dr. Ashok Yel, Registrar Office Joint Secretary. Dr. Deepak TA, Registrar Office Treasurer. Dr. Manisha Korate, Editor-in-Chief. Executive Committee members, Dr. Pramod GV. Yes, ma'am. This is Dr. Manisha Korate, Editor-in-Chief of our journal. Next we have Dr. Pramod GV. I request Dr. Pawan Kumar to please come onto the dais. Next, Pawan Kumar. Dr. Kotia Naik. He is not come. I request Dr. Saravanan to please come onto the dais. Dr. Utkal. A special thanks to Dr. Saravanan for having coordinated the felicitation of senior members in Tamil Nadu. Thank you, Saravanan. Dr. Nikhil Raj. Dr. Ram Narayan. Dr. Nikhil Raj. Next we have Dr. Ram Narayan. Next we have Dr. Rachana Prabhu. Please come on stage. Dr. Rachana Prabhu. Dr. Deepa MS. Dr. Deepa MS, Organizing Committee member of UG Conference in Kozhikode. And finally, Dr. Ranjita Mehta. Thank you. And of course, myself, I'll take it mine home. Ladies and gentlemen, we had the felicitation of senior members for the past few conferences. We are already done with a few senior members. This year, our committee members zeroed in on Dr. Koteshwaran sir. We went to his house in Chennai. Sir was 86-year-old, active and healthy. This is his family photo. And we met him in the house. We did the honors in his house. And he was very emotional to have received the Lifetime Achievement Award at Chennai. And the coordinator for this was Dr. Saravanan. Next, we went to, this was the photograph, accompanied by Dr. Pramod and Dr. Satasiva, of course, past President Dr. Satisha Reddy, myself and Saravanan. Next was Dr. Shanmugam, one more senior faculty member from Tamil, from Coimbatore. We went to his house, active person. This was in his residence in Coimbatore. And we did the honors in his house. Once again, Saravanan coordinated all the efforts. Thanks, Saravanan. And this is Dr. S.S. Chopra, sir, who was presented with the Lifetime Achievement Award in Noida by President Dr. Neeta Mishra, ma'am. So this year, we had the honors of doing it one more to Dr. Lakshmaya, sir, in Bangalore, accompanied by one of the senior members, Dr. Ganpati, sir, who was there with us to felicitate Dr. Lakshmaya in Bangalore. Today, in the presence, I request Dr. Deepak to please escort Dr. Bharat Modi, sir. To present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. Bharat Modi, sir, I request Dr. Bharat Modi, sir, to please occupy the chair on the dais. I request the dignitaries on the dais to please come forward. I also request Dr. Mrs. Bharat Modi to please come on to the dais. Madam, Dr. Mrs. Bharat Modi, ma'am. Yeah, she's coming there. It's been a tradition and customary to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to the senior members of IAOMR. I request Dr. Deepak to please brief the delegates with the citation.
Good morning, all. Today it's our privilege to honor a true visionary, an innovator, and a teacher, Dr. Bharat Mansukh Lal Modi, who has successfully spearheaded the numerous initiatives and has created a profound impact in the field of oral medicine and radiology. Born on 11th February 1953, Sir is alumni of GDC, Mumbai. Sir did his BDS in the year 1976 and MDS in the year 1991. Sir started his teaching career as a lecturer in GDC, Mumbai from 1981 to 1992. Later, he joined as assistant professor at D.Y. Patil, Navi Mumbai from 1992 to 1997. From 1997 to 2003, Sir was a professor and head at A.B. Shetty Memorial Institute of Dental Sciences, Mangalore. Later, he served as principal from 2003 to 2012 at Jodhpur Dental College and Sumandip Dental College. Sir has numerous positions in scientific activities. He is a Rotarian. He is a secretary for the He was a secretary for the National Council of Dental Health. Also was the chairman for organizing IAOMR and Tribolo conferences. To his credit, he was editor for Dental Dialogue, co-editor for JIDA, and reviewer for our academy journal. As a resource person, Sir has conducted many national workshops. To name a few, the National Workshop on Dental Education in 1991, DCA Workshop on Ethics in 1998, and the Teachers Training Program Workshop in the year 2008 and 2010. To his credit, Sir has published numerous articles. To name some, Epidemiology of Oral Diseases in Maharashtra, and the latest being the ultrasonography with color Doppler on radicular cyst in the year 2013. Sir was a PG guide from 1990 to 2014, has many dissertations to his credit. Sir has special interest in imaging, teaching, technology related to medico-legal aspects, evidence-based practices, and latest being 3D printing. Sir is a pioneer in the medical and dental 3D printing in India. Sir is also associated with NTR University, Hyderabad University, D.Y. Patil, and STM Dharwad in applications of 3D printing in medicine and dentistry. With these few words, I welcome all to grace this occasion to
May I request Dr. Gopakumar and Ashwin, please come over to the dais. Ashwin.
I request Sir Bharat Modi sir to say a few words.
Well, a Lifetime Achievement Award, that doesn't mean that I will stop working. I'll go with more zest and do something more than what I've already achieved. But this journey is not a lone journey. It is always a teamwork. I have been fortunate always to have a very solid team. Whether I was at D.Y. Patil, at JDC Mumbai, whether it was at A.B. Shetty or at KM Shah Dental College. The team was great, and that's why I could do what people have not even thought of doing, like 3D printing, evidence-based education system. All these things could be possible only because the support was there. And I'm really, really grateful to the support which I got from my people, my colleagues. At the same time, the encouragement which IAOMR has given me throughout by calling me for lectures or for asking me to do workshops and things like that. And that's why I bow my head first to the Almighty and then to all my colleagues, my friends who have been instrumental in helping me in my journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With this, we come to the end of the head office ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for presenting the comprehensive annual report and for all your relentless efforts towards the growth and development of the Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, the path of success requires tenacious perseverance, surmounting obstacles with grit and determination. One such successful personality is with us today, Dr. Vijay Kumar, an excellent oncosurgeon and the Vice Chancellor of Yenepoya University, who has trained in USA, France, Brazil, UK, Germany in various surgeries. He was conferred with the FRCS from the Royal College of Surgeons, Glasgow, United Kingdom in the year 2007. He was awarded the honorary member of the Brazilian Society of Surgical Oncology. He has also served as the director of the Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology. Sir has been passionate to achieve, eager to succeed, embracing a fine standard of excellence and confident in his ability to deliver results. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have Dr. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor of the Yenepoya University, who has proved that success is never by chance, but by high intention, sincere efforts, and intelligent execution.
Good morning, everybody. Respected guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy, the Director of NIMANS, the leaders of the Association of Oral Medicine Radiology who are seated on the dais and off the dais, the organizing team of this conference headed by Dr. Shana and others, the Principal of Dental College and my dear statutory officer colleagues of the university, HODs, more importantly, the delegates and the speakers for the conference. At the outset, I am thankful to Dr. Shana and his team for inviting me to be here and stand before you. A few words about my university before I just conclude. This actually started as a Yenepoya Dental College 30 years ago by Islamic Academy of Education, which blossomed into a university in 2009 by an act, Section 3A Act of UGC, where it was declared as that deemed to be university, which when I joined here about 9 years ago had 4 constituent colleges. Today we have 12, including dental, medical, naturopathy, physiotherapy, nursing, and also we added arts, science and commerce management, and recently the School of Engineering apart from allied health and pharmacy. And we are declared as A+ grade by the NAC, and we are in the NIRF ranking within 100 for the past 5 years. Having said about the university, coming to what may interest you as oral medicine and radiology people here, overall here, at least I will urge you to see 3 institutions apart from seeing the dental college. One, the Yenepoya Technology Incubator, wherein you will see what probably you are dreaming of having, including the 3D printing of both metal and non-metal. Apart from seeing so many new things, which will, I am sure, will inspire you to become and start becoming an entrepreneur here. And the dental college has made so many entrepreneurs today using the Yenepoya Technology Incubator, including the one who is sitting there as the scientific chairman, Dr. Veena. It all started with so many of them coming and seeing and then becoming entrepreneurs, startups, incubators, wherein your ideas can be taken to the next level, industry level, and you not only fulfill the dream of getting what you want to by the idea, you can become an entrepreneur of your own. And is one of the 4 technology incubator centers recognized by Government of India and declared as the best in the second tier city by 2023 by Government of India and BIRAC. Why I am talking in detail about it is, it will be of interest to you, not just for an attraction, but it will can utility also. Already around 56 people are having startups there. Quite a few of them are from the dental background. The next I would urge to visit would be the Yenepoya Advanced Research Center, wherein the amount of lab-related work and the basic research and the translational research going on, you should see to believe what is happening, including a few people with the oral, particularly we are working on oral cancers in that sphere. The third one I would request you to see would be the Zuleika Yenepoya Institute of Oncology, supported by Tata Trust, who donated what we wanted, including the built-in building, equipped with the instruments of standard of state of art, which has been handed over to us and gone, and you will see them to believe. And I would thank the leaders and the executive members of the Association of Oral Medicine and Radiology for giving us this opportunity to showcase ourselves in the university, and also being invited to Mangalore, for giving this opportunity to Mangalore and also particularly our university. I am thankful to the leaders who have taken the decision. Having said that about the university, anyway, I'll be talking, incidentally, I'm a cancer surgeon and I'll be talking on oral cancer tomorrow, and what we are, what we were and what we will be. So I'm not going to impress upon you on the oral cancer point of it today, but still you oral medicine people who are sitting here, the postgraduates and the students particularly, should know the first point of contact for earliest lesion and the pre-cancer lesion is going to occur with you, and you are the person who are going to see and probably prove. And the earliest diagnosis you make, you all know that, I need not say that again, will intend in cure. And oral cancer being the peculiar problem of the Indian subcontinent, and in fact, to that extent, the gingivobulbous complex tumor is called as Indian oral cancer. To that extent, it is so very common, following the tobacco chewing and all other tobacco-related habits. So that is where I feel your role comes in. You can always counsel them, you have extra 2 minutes for talking to them about the ill effects if you come to know that they are using tobacco, and also early detection, which is going to take us to the next level. 60 to 70% of the oral cancers today, according to ICMR, present to us in a locally advanced stage, wherein cure is becoming an issue and the treatment-related morbidity is an issue. If you can catch it early, we are going to cure it better. So with that, few words of my request to all the oral medicine people. I once again welcome you and thank you for being here. Thanks giving the opportunity to us. God bless. Jai Hind.
I thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor for his address. It aligns perfectly with the spirit of this inaugural function, as he encourages us to reflect deeply on how cancer awareness as dentists can play a role in dental cancer detection. Thank you, sir. Now it is time to express our gratitude to our chief guest, our guest of honors, which will take a form of a memento. May I now request the organizing chairman to present a memento to our guest of honor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Yenepoya University, Dr. Vijaya Kumar, and contributions. I also request, sir, to present a memento to our guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director, NIMANS, in appreciation of her valuable presence today. We are truly honored to have you with us, ma'am, who will be delivering the B.Y. Venkatramana Oration lecture later in the day. We would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the esteemed resource persons and their team members who have contributed to the pre-conference courses of the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine Radiology Conference. Their dedication and expertise have made this event a grand success. May I now request the organizing chairman to present a token of appreciation to the following resource persons and their team. Firstly, Dr. Devdas Acharya and his team, Department of Radio Diagnosis, Yenepoya Medical College and Hospital, for their valuable contribution to the pre-conference session on maxillofacial MRI. The next team is headed by Mr. Asim Syed Shiraz, CEO of the Yenepoya Technology Incubator, and Dr. Lipika Sahu, founder and CEO, Life Intellect Consultancy, Bangalore, for their insightful session on mastering intellectual property rights, philosophy and research grant writing. Our next token of appreciation goes to Dr. Rekha PD, Professor and Director, Yenepoya Research Center, and her team, Dr. Ashwini Prabhu and Dr. Divya Lakshmanan, who are the Faculty of Division of Cancer Research and Therapeutics, Yenepoya Research Center, for the valuable contribution on Basics of Cell Line Techniques, a comprehensive guide. Finally, the last token of appreciation goes to Dr. Sonali Ullal, HOD of Radiology, KMC Mangalore, for her significant contribution to the pre-conference activities on ultrasonography, current and future role in head and neck imaging. I request Dr. Junaid Ahmed from KMC Mangalore to please collect the token of appreciation on behalf of Dr. Sonali Ullal. We thank all the resource persons and contributors for sharing their valuable knowledge and expertise, for all their efforts in making this pre-conference an enriching experience to all participants. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the conclusion of the inauguration, it is my pleasure to introduce the person who will deliver the oath of thanks.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. The trains of Sridevi and Kotia Nayak, they have arrived late. Vice President Dr. Sridevi, ma'am, please come on stage to receive the memento and certificate, please. I request Dr. Vijay Kumar, sir, to please present the certificate and memento to Dr. Sridevi and Dr. Kotia Nayak, the Executive Committee member of IAOMR.
Sorry for the misappropriation. It's now time to express our gratitude, which will take the form of a memento to our esteemed dignitaries on the dais. May I now request the conference chairman to do the honors. Our token of appreciation, first, to Dr. Neeta Mishra, President of the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology, for her esteemed presence. Our token of appreciation to our Honorary General Secretary of the Academy, Dr. Shiva Prasad. On behalf of the organizing team, our token of gratitude to Dr. Avinash Tejasvi, Head Office Treasurer. I request our organizing chairman to present a token of our appreciation to our President-elect of the Academy, Dr. Sri Krishna. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the conclusion of the event. May I now have the pleasure to introduce the person who will deliver the vote of thanks. Our organizing secretary, Dr. Rachna Prabhu, has truly been the backbone of the conference. With her tireless dedication and impeccable multitasking, she has been involved in every detail, from registration to pre-conference courses, panel discussions to hospitality. Dr. Rachna has been at the heart of it all. She has spared no efforts to make your stay in Mangalore the most memorable and exhilarating one. Ma'am, please express our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the organizing team.
Thank you, Tashika. Krutagnata sarvada asmakam krute astu. Dhanyavadanam swarupenam idam abhivadanam samarpayami. May gratitude always reside within us. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is my proud privilege to extend the vote of thanks at this august gathering. At the outset, I thank the Almighty for the blessings and divine guidance at every step, helping us overcome the challenges and illuminating our path forward. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor and today's esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kunni sir, for providing us with a valuable platform in the fields of education and healthcare. Sir is known for his humanitarian nature, having touched countless lives and transformed the face of health education in Dakshina Kannada. We thank Sir for the unwavering support and for being a constant source of inspiration. We are equally grateful to our Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Farad Yenepoya, for his invaluable support in organizing this event. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy Madam, Director of NIMHANS, for graciously accepting our invitation despite Madam's busy schedule. Madam has been a key resource person for flagship training programs in substance abuse prevention and tobacco cessation, both nationally and globally. And I was privileged to undergo training under her team and contribute to a tobacco-free society. The tobacco cessation services at NIMHANS, pioneered by Madam, have established a national model. And we are truly honored and privileged to have you here with us, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our other esteemed guest of honor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, sir, a visionary leader and renowned authority in the field of oncology. Sir is not only an exceptional educationist and leader, but also a constant source of inspiration and guidance for many, including myself. Sir's commitment to cancer prevention and his dedication to social causes have elevated our university to new heights. We thank you, sir, for being here with us today and graciously agreeing to share your valuable insights in this forum. Thank you, sir. I thank the Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor and former Dean of Yenepoya Dental College, Dr. Shripati Rao, sir, for his constant encouragement and support. Thank you, sir. Our University Registrar, Dr. Gangadhar Somiyaji, sir, has always been a guiding light for us. We are grateful for his timely advice and constant guidance in organizing this event. My sincere thanks to the President of IAOMR, Dr. Neeta Mishra, Madam, Honorary Secretary, Dr. Shiv Prasad, sir, Treasurer, Dr. Avinash Tejaswi, and President-elect, Dr. Sri Krishna, sir, and all the office bearers of Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology for their help and support. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our ever-supportive principal of Yenepoya Dental College, Dr. Lakshmikant Chatra, sir, for his unwavering guidance and timely advice at every step. right from the inception of this event. Thank you, sir. My sincere gratitude to the principal of Yenepoya Medical College, Dr. M.S. Musabba, sir, for his support and for facilitating the smooth conduct of our scientific sessions. In this conference, we have organized unique pre-conference courses, thought-provoking panel discussions, and insightful keynote sessions led by eminent experts in their respective fields to enrich our scientific sessions with knowledge. I sincerely thank the resource persons of the pre-conference courses, the keynote speakers, the guest speakers, and the panelists who have traveled from across the country and around the globe to share their expertise. Thank you all for your invaluable contributions. I'm privileged to extend my gratitude to the deans and principals of neighboring institutions as well as the constituent colleges of Yenepoya University for their gracious present and valuable support. I would be failing in my duty if I don't thank the heads of the department and my colleagues at Yenepoya Dental College and the neighboring colleges for their unwavering support in various ways. I extend my gratitude to the support team, including the Yen IT team, the Yenepoya's transport department, our technical team, media team, and Suksagar team for their invaluable assistance in organizing this event. I'm grateful to the members of the trade community who have participated in our unique trade exhibition, Medi Expo, to be held in Indiana Convention Center tomorrow and day after. No matter how well a program is organized, its success depends on the presence of the participants. I sincerely thank all the delegates who have traveled from across the length and breadth of the country in such a large number. Your enthusiasm for learning is truly inspiring, and I hope this event meets your expectations and fulfills your quest for knowledge. Teamwork values the contribution of each member, recognizing their importance in collectively achieving the goal. Organizing such a remarkable program would not have been possible without the tireless efforts of many individuals who have worked diligently for months, some in spotlight and many behind the scenes. My heartfelt thanks to each and every member of the organizing team and our dedicated volunteers for all your hard work and commitment. Once again, on behalf of the organizing team, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who have contributed to the success of this event. May this conference be a source of inspiration and learning for all. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for acknowledging everyone who've been a part of this event. May I now request the audience and the dignitaries to raise for the national anthem. Janagana mana adinayaka jaya he Bharat bhagya vidata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchhala Jaladi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Shisha Mage Gahe Tava Jaya Gata Janagana Mangala Dhayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He. Kindly be seated. The Dr. B.Y. Venkatramana Oration lecture will commence in 5 minutes. Now it is time to decollar the President and move ahead with the events to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated as we are about to begin the oration lecture. To honor the legacy of Dr. B.Y. Venkatramanan, who is considered a pioneer in the field of oral medicine, the Indian Academy of Oral Medicine and Radiology has introduced the Dr. B.Y. Venkatramanan Oration lecture, which serves as a platform to honor individuals, elevate a cause, provide guidance, and provoke meaningful action within the medical fraternity. To deliver the oration lecture, we have with us the Director of NIMHANS, Dr. Pratima Murthy. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no health without mental health. It is with great privilege that I now introduce our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director of NIMHANS, who has made exceptional contributions in the field of mental health. Dr. Pratima Murthy, Professor and Head of Department of Psychiatry, NIMHANS, took charge as a full-time director in the institute in 2021. She brings about 30 years of extensive experience and exceptional accomplishments in the field of mental health. A well-recognized leader in addiction psychiatry, she has been instrumental in successful development of state-of-the-art Center of Addiction Medicine in NIMHANS. She has served as a consultant to prominent international agencies such as United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the International Labour Organization, and the World Health Organization. She has also served as a resource person for various flagship training programs in substance abuse prevention and tobacco cessation across the country and world. Dr. Pratima Murthy is also recognized for her contribution in improving care for persons with mental illness through her work with the National Human Rights Commission on quality assurance in mental health care, both in institutions and in communities. In recognition of her research and academic excellence, she has been receiving many awards and honors, including the prestigious Dr. Raja Ramana State Award by the Government of Karnataka, the Lifetime Achievement Award from Rotary. She is also honored with the WHO Regional Director Special Recognition Award on World No Tobacco Day for her remarkable service in tobacco control. A prolific author with more than 300 research publications in international indexed journals, Dr. Pratima Murthy is the director presently of the NIMHANS Institute in Bangalore. Ladies and gentlemen,
I request all the members to kindly take seats, and I request the registration counter, please close the registration counter, and all our volunteers, please come down and please take your seats. I request all the delegates, kindly take your seats for the oration lecture. The registration counter people, please close it. All the people of the registration counter, please close that counter and you can come down. Thank you. And I know it was a long inauguration, so you require 5-10 minutes to breathe. The volunteers, please make all the people sit. The volunteers, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Murthy currently serves as the director of NIMHANS, one of the foremost institutions of the country. Beyond her clinical expertise, she is a passionate educator and advocate for substance abuse prevention. Her unwavering commitment to de-addiction and mental health continues to inspire those who have had the privilege in working alongside her. Without much delay, may I now request Dr. Pratima Murthy to join us and deliver the oration lecture. I request the audience to please join me in welcoming Dr. Pratima Murthy with a big round of applause. Over to you, ma'am. You want to call her my business? Let me just check.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's very close to noon, but it's far away from lunchtime. But I think, as was mentioned, it was a rather long inaugural program, and therefore to come on the heels of a rather long inaugural program requires your attention. I'm actually very relieved that I refused to talk the first time because I just thought it's not necessary to kind of inflict myself upon you because I can see that all of you are meeting. I hope you can hear me. Yeah. So it's nice to get away from the glare of that particular light. So I was just saying that it's, I'm sure, wonderful for each of you to renew your greetings with each other, to renew relationships. This is always one opportunity. So actually, I think there should be two elements to conferences. One day must be exclusively for socialization, because I don't think one can combine socialization with academics. Even though you say academics in the morning and socialization in the evening, it doesn't work. I'm very honored to be amidst you today to deliver the Dr. Bangalore Krishnaswamy Venkatraman Centenary Oration at this annual conference that you are holding. Before I actually start my presentation, let me take a few moments to acknowledge some very nice things that happened today. First of all, it was a pleasure to meet the Honorable Chancellor of Yenepoya University, whose father, I understand, had received no formal education at all. So to really start something like this without any educational background, but to have the passion to carry it through, I think is a lesson to all of us, particularly the younger people who have your career in front of you. I think this is a great inspiration, and I think all of you must really work hard to reach and really dream like this person did. So I just wanted to really acknowledge that. The second is that coming here, I met a few people with whom it was a pleasure to renew my contact. One was, of course, Dr. Vijay Kumar, who is your Vice Chancellor, and who was also the Director of Kidwai, our neighboring institution. And it was very good to hear of the changes that he has brought in a positive way to this institution. It was a pleasure to be driven here by Dr. Anil, who is the head of the Department of Psychiatry, and to spend some time, learning about his own accomplishments. He was my student, so it was a great pleasure. I also met Dr. Kutti, who I thought was in Kolar, and I met him for the first time. His wife is our dean at NIMHANS, but I had never seen him in Bangalore, so it was a pleasure to meet with him as well. And also a shout out to Dr. Babu Matthew, who is a very, very old family friend. I missed him during his visit to Bangalore a couple of weeks back, when the Government Dental College in Bangalore held the Dr. B.K. Venkatraman commemoration, centenary commemoration, and also opened a unit of radiology, imaging radiology in his honor, and a hall in his honor. So I think it's been wonderful. I need to invite the chairpersons. I thought, okay. No. I absolutely understand. I was wondering, normally orations have chairpersons. I was wondering where the chairpersons were. So I thought, maybe I don't know enough about dental conferences and maybe they do it differently. But I'm very glad and relieved that there is a chairperson to this. So it's, considering I haven't started the oration, it's still okay. Please get them on stage.
May I now request Dr. Bharat Modi, Senior Faculty, to please come forward and take his seat as a chairperson of the oration lecture. I request Dr. Vishal Dang, past president of the Academy and Senior Faculty of Oral Medicine and Radiology, to please be seated as a chairperson of this esteemed oration lecture. I'm really sorry, ma'am.
I let the chairpersons make any opening remarks before I start the oration.
Madam, we welcome you for this particular lecture, oration. Normally it is the job for us to introduce you, but with a person of your eminence, I think the whole audience knows you. So what I would like to do is, I would like to introduce this audience to you. This audience is from the dental faculty, both private practitioners as well as institutional. They have all started doing some amount of work in de-addiction and tobacco system, but they have not reached any stage because of the lack of guidance, and they are looking for you, at you for that particular guidance. So please continue now.
Thank you very much. So respected chairs, ladies and gentlemen, so I had finished most of my introduction initially. I also wanted to start off the oration. Before I go into the oration, also congratulate the first president, female president of this society, with whom I had the pleasure of traveling yesterday. So I wish you, madam, all the very best in managing this particular association. So let me move on to the oration, which I've chose to title, Choose Life, Not Tobacco. Because this is not my slogan, this is a slogan of the Government of India. When the tobacco cessation program started in earnest more than 15 years ago. So I think this is a very, very important thing, and I think what you're going to hear, not just today, but during the course of this conference, is really that when people choose tobacco, they actually choose sometimes death, but also sometimes a very, very painful journey to death. And therefore, I think it's important to make the right kinds of choices as far as the use of tobacco and other drugs is concerned. Let me start off by telling you why this oration is very special. I spoke about Dr. B.K. Venkatraman. Dr. Venkatraman, it's very easy to remember his year of birth because it's a centenary. So that was 100 years ago. And he was a graduate of Mysore Medical College. And Mysore Medical College, as you know, also celebrated 100 years of its existence last year. So it was an absolute pleasure that the dental fraternity also held a centenary ceremony to commemorate his centenary celebrations. He was obviously a pioneer, just like you heard about the Chancellor of this particular university. Dr. Venkatraman was obviously a pioneer in his field. He was the first medical graduate to step over from medicine to dentistry to start the dental services in the country. He and Professor S. Ramchandran were the first people to get trained. He went to the University of California, he went to the University of Edinburgh, and wherever he went, he made friends who kind of stayed with him for a lifetime. One of the people that he was very fond of talking about in Edinburgh is Professor Southam, who really taught him a lot and inculcated in him an interest in oral pathology. And after that, he started for the first time in the Government Dental College, the undergraduate courses in oral pathology and then the postgraduate courses, which I understand were perhaps the first in the country. So over the years, he has trained many postgraduates in oral pathology and radiology. He was also the president of the Indian Dental Council, and I understand the first South Indian to actually take this post. Right along, all of his students have become his dear friends. Dr. Babu Matthew is one of them. If I know the entire fraternity of dentists, particularly from Bangalore, it's because he was so close and he always considered them his extended family. So you will see in the picture his team in Government Dental College. You'll see him peering through a microscope. You'll see him holding up the textbook for dentistry, and that is Mrs. Venkatraman, my mother-in-law, who is holding that book up very proudly. It was an amazing sight to see him because he was not computer literate. So he would have young postgraduates come to him, dictate the drafts that other people had written, and he would painstakingly correct every single line till he was satisfied. And that was really his dedication. I don't think he would have loved to see further editions of this book. So I do hope that the editors will go ahead and have further editions of this book. I did see when you felicitated very senior members of your fraternity, I could recognize a few names, particularly those from Tamil Nadu. The Pro-Chancellor also said he worked in Maharashtra and he was also very closely associated. So there are many people here, and congratulations to all of them who were felicitated today. Moving on to my oration, I wanted to talk to you about the fact that smoking, lifetime dependence among smokers, when you look at them by age, you will actually see, the pointer doesn't work, but doesn't matter. You will actually see that as compared to other drugs of abuse, whether it's alcohol, cannabis, cocaine, psychedelics and heroin, you'll see that the likelihood of lifetime dependence for tobacco, starting perhaps at about the age of 25, is the highest for tobacco as compared to other drugs. And yet what do? We call tobacco a illicit drug, we call the other drugs illicit. And that's really the paradox as far as tobacco is concerned, because we must understand that this kind of stays as a highest risk factor for dependence right across the ages. The second thing that you must understand is that this slide is a bit dated. It is a slide from the 1990s. But as civilization has gone on, there has been a cohort effect with tobacco use. So this graph, which peaks at 25 to 34, has now moved to the left because there are younger consumers of tobacco. So they develop dependence much earlier, possibly in their early 20s rather than their late 20s. So two things to remember from this slide. Tobacco is the most addictive substance, and it's likely that the risk of dependence has shifted to the left and younger people are getting dependent to tobacco. This is a very nice study which indicates the proportion of users that become dependent. And as you will see, as far as cannabis is concerned, perhaps the likelihood of dependence is about 9%, gradually increases with alcohol, cocaine and heroin, but you will see that the likelihood of a person who uses tobacco becoming dependent on it, particularly smoking tobacco, is extremely high. And that is why it's very, very important to have very, very strong tobacco control policies as well as help for tobacco cessation. Unfortunately, we did not have any formal help for tobacco cessation till perhaps in the last 2 decades. In fact, a lot of work from Kidwai Hospital and several other institutions have told us that it's very important to tell people that cancer is something that comes from tobacco use. Sadly enough, these kind of awareness programs in themselves have not helped because people cannot really associate a remote risk with their current use. The attractiveness of tobacco use is so much more. The benefits from tobacco use are so much more for users that they do not really associate that risk now with cancer which occurs many years afterwards. And therefore, I think when we talk about the risks of tobacco use, we need to amplify the risks beyond cancers to much more proximal risk factors, whether it's cardiovascular health, whether it's respiratory health, other kinds of things, oral health, for example, something that all of you are concerned about. You need to project that as important reasons why people should not use tobacco. So all of you are familiar with this. This is only as an introduction to suggest to you that apart from smoked forms of tobacco use which occurs in many Southeast Asian countries, a large number of the smokeless forms of tobacco are used in India. Many of the pictures are taken from a WHO manual which we kind of got together a few years back, and which summarizes all the tobacco products that are available in the country. So when you look at the patterns of tobacco use, this is the Global Adult Tobacco Survey 2. Now, you will see that a majority of people are non-users. Among the users, the smokers, pure smokers in our country are much fewer. Either you have smokeless tobacco users and you have mixed users. And we do know that a large part of the oral cancer burden is due to tobacco use. Now you will see, when you look at smokeless tobacco as an example in the GATS, you will see that compared to GATS 1 and GATS 2, there has been a 4% reduction roughly in the use of smokeless tobacco and a 7% reduction in smoking tobacco. That's a great start for our country, particularly in terms of public health, because 4 to 7% reduction means a significant public health impact, but obviously that's not enough, because you still have about a third of men and about 20% of women who either use tobacco in a smoking or a smokeless form. Among women, 18% of the women who use tobacco use it in the smokeless form. And that is again very, very important, because unlike laws that prohibit smoking in public places, there are no real prohibitions for smokeless tobacco use, and therefore you need to be very cognizant of the kind of interventions that become possible. Now, there are lots of misconceptions as far as smokeless tobacco is concerned. People believe they are harmless substitutes to smoking. People believe that it increases the concentration. Even a working woman in a domestic help will tell you, it cuts my hunger, I can work, I can manage my work. It reduces boredom, and there is very poor understanding with dental health. In fact, quite the opposite. They believe that these kind of products can be, like they used as dentifrices, and that can also cause problems. Now, when you look at the determinants, gender, the area where which people come from, the fact that there is no taxation, poor socioeconomic backgrounds, and lower education are important associations for the use of smokeless tobacco. Now, let's look at the health professionals survey as far as tobacco is concerned. This is the last survey in 2009, but one of the good things is, when you look at India, it is better than Myanmar, Nepal and Bangladesh, but still about 1 in 10 dental students and about 13% of medical students still use tobacco in 2009. Compare it to Thailand and Sri Lanka, you know, where there has been a lot of tobacco cessation education that's happening. One important thing is that dentists have always been the leaders as far as tobacco cessation and tobacco cessation training is concerned, but obviously we still need to do much more about it, because a lot more education and training needs to occur as far as including tobacco cessation training in our curriculum is concerned. Now, this is just a slide for completion. All of us are aware that right from the head, in terms of alopecia, to cataracts, to the toes, in terms of Berger's disease, that tobacco affects, whether it's smoking forms or smokeless forms, practically every part of the human body. And the risks, now we know the risks of use of tobacco, number of years, and the risk for every one of these possible diseases. A lot of people do not know about the risks of tobacco use, particularly in pregnancy, where miscarriages, stillbirths, preterm deliveries, low birth weight, sudden infant deaths have also been described. The WHO issued a strategy called the Empower strategy. M is for monitoring the use and prevention policies around tobacco. P is protecting people from second-hand smoking. So a lot of the legal provisions against second-hand smoking have actually helped to curb tobacco use in public places, smoking in public places. The O is to offer help to people to quit smoking. So 2 decades ago, all I told my patients is, please stop smoking. They would give up their alcohol addiction, they would give up other drugs, but they were simply not able to give up their tobacco addiction. So much so that I remember very clearly that I had a middle-aged man whose wife was a doctor. So he got admitted, he gave up his alcohol. I kept telling him at every visit, please stop, please stop. I didn't know what else to do. Eventually, he gave up his addiction, but 5 years later, he developed a CA of the lung and he died a very, very painful death. I had another doctor himself, a very, very successful dermatologist who I tried. This was after various tobacco cessation, things were available, tools were available. Him I tried very much. I said, I can give you medicines to help you stop smoking. But he tried and it didn't work. He went to the United States. His young grandchildren, all of 2 and 4 years old, put up a signage saying, Tata, we want you to stop smoking. He came back, he restarted the tobacco medications, and now he has quit for several years, almost more than a decade. So I think it's important to learn that if you engage people, if they are motivated to quit tobacco, then of course, and you use the tools, you can really make a change as far as tobacco use is concerned. I want you to understand that 2 of the 6 Empower policies are directly relevant to you as healthcare personnel. We also know about Article 14 of the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, which actually talks of demand reduction and tobacco dependence and cessation. So it recommends that we have to have quit lines in tobacco, we have to have other kinds of population level approaches that can help to people to quit tobacco. So the physician's role in tobacco cessation has been talked about time and time again. This group, Fiore et al., have talked about this for the last 25 years and suggested that even a brief intervention can help to reduce tobacco. A brief intervention, of course, the longer the intervention, the better is the outcome, but a brief intervention can produce 10% quit rates. The more frequent the sessions, the more likely are the quit rates, and the more the duration of contact with an individual, the more are the quit rates. So the basic message is, it is worth investing and spending a few minutes for tobacco cessation advice to your patients. So how can you do this? Those of you in private practice can have tobacco counseling. Community healthcare workers can provide it. Mental health practitioners can provide it. Specialized tobacco cessation facilities may also be needed for people who have a high level of dependence and who need more intensive services. But the bottom line is that every dentist should incorporate tobacco cessation inquiry and counseling into your practice for it really to scale up. So, I'm sure all of you know about the 5 A's of tobacco. To ask every patient about tobacco use, to assess what kind of tobacco they are taking, the quantity and frequency, and the last use, so that you can determine what interventions to provide. We have scales to address the severity of addiction, the amount of craving the person has, the withdrawal symptoms they have, and this is usually done through the Fagerstrom's questionnaire for both smoking and smokeless forms of tobacco, and to decide whether the person is ready to quit, whether they've considered quitting, whether they're ready to quit or they are not ready to quit. Sometimes in very, very stressful situations, a patient may not engage in quitting, but it's important to tell them that you are ready to support them while they make the decision to quit. It's also important to advise people that how important it is for them to quit, to educate about the nature of addiction, to tell people brief tips about how to handle withdrawal and craving, and these are available everywhere. You also need to help them in making some environmental changes by connecting the associations they have between smoking and meals, between smoking and work, between smoking and bedtime, for example. And of course, a regular follow-up is also very, very important. Advice is very important not to be judgmental, not to be critical, but to be able to help people by expressing empathy, encouraging quitting, personalizing the change, telling them what are the individual benefits that they will have if they change, and of course, providing maybe a self-help booklet, medications as necessary, and follow-up is very critical. Now, for those of you who work in non-communicable diseases, you will know that these are chronic relapsing conditions, and therefore, you need to help people at follow-up so that, you know, they will continue to think. It is extremely annoying and irritating for me to be able to speak when there is so much socialization happening. So it's just a request to my senior colleagues that they should not be indulging in socialization when there is a talk happening. Thank you very much. So it's also very important to tell people about how to handle craving, how to handle withdrawal symptoms, and how to manage high-risk situations, particularly when they are with their friends who smoke, friends who use tobacco, when they are stressed. What else can they do is very important advice to give. You also need to make what is called a comparison balance sheet. The first thing I ask patients is what is good for them about their tobacco use. They're very stunned because they expect you as a physician to say, it's terrible, you should stop it. But obviously there are some benefits that the person gets, and talking about the benefits helps them to really understand that you understand their addiction. And then you talk to them about the not so good things about tobacco, help them to understand that even though there are some short-term benefits, the long-term risks outweigh the benefits, and therefore they need to change, and that helps to move them in the direction of change. So in patients who are ready to quit, the important things to do are congratulate them on the quitting decision, fix a quit date, help somebody who will support them in their quitting, provide help. They can choose a method. It is impossible almost to gradually reduce and taper. Although many people will say that they would like to try it, abrupt quits are always better, but abrupt quits cannot occur if they don't have support because the withdrawal symptoms come up. So how do you make them able to abruptly quit by giving them support is obviously through pharmacological methods. So they select a quit date, and it is better for them to select a quit date in the first 2 months, in the first 2 weeks of their coming to you, because otherwise nobody sticks to their decisions. So remember, even for lung cancer, smoking cessation treatment is an integral part. People say, I've already got lung cancer, why should I stop? Even then, it is very, very important, and there are research studies which have suggested that there are benefits in terms of recurring infection, in terms of the working of the surgical procedures. So even for people who have lung cancer, tobacco cessation is very, very important. There are lots of pharmacotherapies that are now available. We classify them as nicotine replacement, where the person can abruptly shift from tobacco to nicotine replacements, and they are available in a variety of forms, gums, lozenges, patches, and so on. Or they can go on to non-nicotine treatments which act on the brain receptors, working on the acetylcholinergic receptors, and therefore, as far as non-NRT treatments are concerned, people start the non-NRT treatment and stop after about a couple of weeks after initiating the non-NRT treatment. For NRT treatment, the transition can be abrupt. So, when you summarize all the interventions currently available for tobacco cessation, you will see that the non-NRT treatments possibly have the best odds ratio of a person giving up. The best evidence is for varenicline, followed by bupropion, followed by various kinds of interventions by the thing. So any intervention that you do, there is a chance of the person quitting, but the chances are doubled or increased 2.5 times if you use a medication, particularly varenicline. Now, the WHO has recently done, for the first time ever, a clinical treatment guideline for tobacco cessation, and the WHO recommends varenicline, NRT, bupropion, and cytisine, which is a much cheaper variant but is not very easily available, as effective treatments for tobacco cessation. Of course, it is not pharmacotherapy or counseling, it is pharmacotherapy and counseling, and it's a sine qua non that behavioral interventions, including brief counseling, along with more intensive behavioral interventions, can be done. And of course, with the digital times now, many interventions can be provided over telephone, over computers, in group sessions, as well as teaching people self-management skills. The most important aspect is to prevent relapse. And how do you do that? You keep contact with the patients. More frequently in the first few months, and then less frequently, at least for 1 or 2 years, because that's the time it takes for addicted tobacco users to give up tobacco. And what is the benefit of this? You will see this Kaplan-Meier survival curve at 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. You will see that the number of people who quit, who use tobacco, actually increased dramatically if the patients kept in treatment with the follow-up services. If they kept in touch with the follow-up services at 6 months, the chances of them quitting tobacco was obviously much higher, and therefore it's important to retain people in follow-up, not to get upset if they are still continuing to use tobacco, but to help them further in their quit attempts. It's also very important to help people manage stress, because the moment people feel stressed, the most easy thing is for them to pick up a tobacco cigarette. There are lots of outputs that are available in terms of helping people quit. There are manuals that are available for doctors and dentists. There are lots of e-learning workshops. Even at NIMHANS we conduct several workshops, particularly for dentists, and it's very important to be trained on some of these. The World Health Organization has also recognized NIMHANS as what is called a TOB lab net. So we have capacity to evaluate the nicotine content, the other kind of content in a lot of tobacco products, and we use this for capacity building, quality assurance, as well as for research and development. So we have done several studies which look at the microscopic content of cheni, zarda, and so on, looked at the other contents like the content of eucalyptol, camphor, menthol, other diphenyl ethers and coumarins, many of them which can also be carcinogens. So you have to look at the nitrosamines also. We don't look at the nitrosamines, but there are labs which can determine the nitrosamines. This is particularly important for smokeless tobacco because there is simply no kind of standardization of the additives that can be there in smokeless tobacco. So those of you interested in policy should be looking at not just nicotine content of these products, but several of the other toxins that are present in these products as well. There is something called the M cessation, which started more than 10 years ago in 2015, where people can just call 2290-1701, register for messaging about tobacco cessation. Sadly enough, not many people know about it, including healthcare providers. So this is a simple way where you don't have to talk to anybody, but if you call and register on this, either through a phone call or on email, you can get messaging about how to give up tobacco. It motivates you to give up tobacco, tells you how to get, manage cravings, how to, manage sleep, what things to do when you stop tobacco use, and helps you to quit. And again, many people have quit. As with the self-reported quit rates, you'll see that a very large population of registered users, more than 12,000 registered users, when they were followed up, the quit rate increased to about 20% at the end of a month. Very, very encouraging, because otherwise spontaneous quit rates are below 7%. So looking to increase the quit rates to 20% is itself an important thing, and a majority of people found the program useful to quit tobacco. There is also a tobacco quit line, and the number of the quit line, as you will see, is 0112356. People can talk to counselors and get help to quit. These quit lines are run from the Vallabhbhai Patel Chest Institute, from NIMHANS, from the Tata Memorial Center, and from the Barua Cancer Institute in Guwahati. And this has been running since 2018. And now, this toll-free number is actually shown on cigarette packets. Unfortunately, smokeless tobacco users don't really get any packaging, standard packaging, and therefore they don't have any access. So even if you don't want to do any cessation counseling yourself, you can direct them to a tobacco quit line where people can get counseling. So this is done by the Ministry of Health, and you will see that these messaging is available on the tobacco packets. Of course, what the tobacco companies have very smartly done is ask people to call these quit lines and flood the quit lines by asking if there is any offer of a gold coin if they call the quit line. So tobacco companies are always one step ahead of people who want tobacco to be stopped. But the important thing with this kind of tobacco cessation counseling, where there is a person at the other end who speaks the languages and encouraging, you'll see that during COVID, we found that the chances of people quitting during COVID, especially when they were interested, was significantly greater than before COVID. So when there is a real understanding of health risks, people are willing to quit, and that is the message that I would like to leave with you. Of course, we have something called the Telemanas, which is again a Government of India program, where you can call 14416 and you can get help, general help, for a lot of things, including tobacco use, and they will also refer the person to the tobacco quit line if necessary. Telemanas has now clocked almost 16 lakh calls, and also there is a Telemanas app which talks about how people can deal with stress and so on. So that's another important resource that is available. We have an addiction treatment mobile app which also helps people who would like to quit on their own to quit. We are running a program supported by the NIHR along with the University of York to also provide tobacco cessation for people with severe mental illness, because again, people with severe mental illness who use tobacco die 10 or 15 years earlier than people who do not smoke tobacco. So it's very, very important to do it across all ages and for all contexts of people. Sadly, we started the tobacco facilities in early 2000, but a recent study that we carried out told us that even in Bangalore, only 4 hospitals had a separate tobacco cessation facility, and offered, very few people offered specific tobacco cessation counseling. So in spite of so many efforts, and on the ground, it is still very low, and that's why it's important for all of you to be advocates for tobacco counseling. What has the Government of India done? We have National Tobacco Treatment Guidelines. In 2018, in every dental college, all of you I'm sure who work in dental colleges are aware that a tobacco cessation facility has been started. And just this year, the government has also introduced operational guidelines for tobacco cessation clinics in medical colleges. So what I was talking to Dr. Babu Matthew earlier, so these sporadic interventions which started from interested people in Karnataka and Kerala and other parts has now grown, but still, considering the huge morbidity we have to tobacco use and the prevalence of tobacco use disorders, all interventions must work in complementarity to help to reduce tobacco. So in short, what have I done? I've given you an idea about how tobacco cessation services develop, the importance of tobacco cessation, how otherwise the huge amount of mortality and morbidity that there can be due to tobacco use. All of you need to function as agents for helping people to quit, for providing them the right kind of health information, by working with them in an empathetic manner, by improving their knowledge about the risks and the benefits of quitting, by helping them to deal with stress, other safe ways of relaxation, and also by offering them specific behavioral counseling as well as pharmacotherapy in their attempts to quit. So I think finally that's the message I'd like to leave all of us with. Each of us should be an advocate for tobacco control. Tobacco control needs to be there in undergraduate curricula as well as postgraduate curricula. The dentists have started that effort, but that needs to increase and spread to the nurses, to postgraduates, particularly postgraduates in medical education. And I hope that with the starting of the tobacco cessation clinics in medical colleges and dental facilities, we would be able to actually choose life, not tobacco. Thank you very much. I wanted to also, before I end, the only two things I forgot to compliment earlier was I thought the inauguration was, the dance was beautifully carried out, and compliments to all the students of the medical and the dental colleges, and I thought the comparing was very good too. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your excellent overview of the entire tobacco cessation program and the different aspects in India. Just a thought I wanted to share, that India is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the third largest producer of tobacco after China and Brazil. And we are also a major exporter of tobacco. So there are major ethical issues, and the sustainable development goals of the United Nations and our goals, there's a lot of conflict over there. So it's a big challenge, and I'm sure the younger generation will find new ways to take this journey forward and focus on the smokeless tobacco, which seems to be the bigger problem in India now as compared to smoking. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that clarion call on mental health in large and tobacco cessation in particular. You have really gone into the essence of the problem. The decision has to be made by the patients, and we as health professionals need to be in that stage to counsel them to make the decision, which is our important role. Thank you so much. Indeed, it takes a lifetime to break one habit. It need not be only tobacco cessation. It could be as simple as breaking any habit is a big task. And tobacco cessation, ma'am, is not easy at all. And to continuously keep doing that, the follow-up, you really need a heart to deal with them. And you definitely have a compassionate heart to deal with these patients who really, really need it the most without any judgments. Thank you so much. We are indeed blessed to have you with us. And now I request our chairpersons, Dr. Bharat Modi and Dr. Vishal Dang, to present the token of appreciation on behalf of the organizing team to Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director, NIMANS. On behalf of the organizing team, we would also like to appreciate the chairpersons, and to do the honors, I call upon Dr. Babu Matthew to give away a token of memento to Dr. Bharat Modi on behalf of the organizing team. I request, sir, to give away our token of appreciation to Vishal Dang as well. I thank the chairpersons I thank Dr. Babu Matthew, thank you so much for doing the honors. Thank you, sir. As we move forward into the sessions ahead, we encourage each one of you to actively participate and connect with your peers. Your engagement will undoubtedly enrich the collective experience and contribute to the success of this conference. On that note, we come to the conclusion of the inaugural ceremony, requesting all delegates to proceed to relish the lunch that is awaiting you. Thank you one and all.